Is this on the air? Show's on the air. I have no reference. It's Tuesday. It's 8 o'clock on the nose. Look at this. Starting on time. Side note, Katie's not here for this episode. She's busy. Gotta get some work done. But I'll be here to keep you all engaged and interested. And to begin every episode, of course, we start with a simple question. It's weird, though. Doing the song alone just feels wrong. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. It's just, is it a true episode? Am I allowed to do the theme song if the other half of the show is not here to sing along with it? Maybe I won't. You know what? We'll say that for next week. So you guys get this sweet accordion next week when Katie's back, or whenever we're back. But now you get me, and I hopefully I get you, and I hope you've been listening to the chats and the text, because that means if it's a me episode, then it's going to be a special episode, kind of like last time when we had a little thing that was kind of like an RPG, a real-time table-telling story game of adventure and excitement, D&D, if you will, sans the D&D, though there is a dice, just in case. I do want to point out, though, I can only do this thing, if there's enough people participating, and to prove that, I need to see some people in the chat or the Google Plus Q&A responding. So get back to this right now if you want to be involved. If not, and if people are just here watching, then there's really nothing I can do, and we just have to do a regular episode where I just tell you about how fabulous my week will be. And I can start with that since there is a slight delay in the time that when you're seeing me saying things and hearing them, it is delayed to the time that you will see them. So when you respond, it's delayed to the time that I will see it, and I'll be on a whole other conversation. So for now, I'll just fill the time by giving a little updates. Just got our tickets to San Diego Comic-Con coming up, end of July. So we're going to be down there in San Diego. Lovely, lovely San Diego, just near the Gaslamp Quarter. Right in it, actually, as far as where we're staying. I don't know what the hotel is, but we just got the flight set. We have our after plan as well, our Airbnb business and what we're doing. So that's exciting updates. I'm just going to update the text down here, too, to make sure. Because otherwise, as I said, this is supposedly an interactive episode of Shanahanigans Live. So I will add in the text down here. Are you going to play? And I'll just trigger that. Beep. I don't know if anyone will know what that means out of context. But if you are going to play, if you do want to participate in another, I'll give you a brief rundown of what happened last time when we had a solo show. It was like this, which is me. And we told the story that was completely improvised. The theme of the episode was not, I had nothing to do with it. It was all you guys who picked it. We got Matthew signing up already. Let's add to the list. But once again, we need a good couple people, because if you don't have a good couple people doing this, then there's really not much I can do. So I will add to this particular game. We have Matthew signed up. Matthew. Were you in the last one? Matthew. Pritchard. There's got one. I'll call you Player 1. Player 1. Matthew Pritchard. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But once again, if you guys are just watching now, to brief you on what's going on here, last time we did a solo show, we did like a little RPG type thing. Where I, D&D-ish, D&D very light, that I want to call it YEH-MEH-NEH. YEH-MEH-NEH. Because that's the three basic things that will happen after any major decisions. I'm going to roll a dice, and the outcome will either be one of those three, whether yeah, you did what you wanted to do, meh, you sort of did what you wanted to do, and nah, you didn't do what you wanted to do. And the story will then be affected thusly and appropriately. Once again, this type of thing does rely on having a bunch of people here, so we will kind of hang on a bit to see if anyone else joins us live. Otherwise, it can't happen. And if you're just watching on YouTube and you're like, oh man, I want it to happen, but I don't know how, go over to your Google Plus. The link is also here on the Shanahanigans Facebook page, as well as on the Twitters and the Tumblrs we're putting out. Go to the Google Plus version, and you can join in on the questions and answers section of the Shanahanigans Google Plus page thingy and be a part of it. As I said, we'll be hanging out for a bit until it happens. So it may not even happen tonight. It may not even happen. There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing can be said. The game is the sum of its people. Matthew responding regarding being a part of the game. No, I was not, so I have no idea what's going to happen. We also have a post from Benjamin Boston, which was actually before the show started, saying, how do we decide which of these fabulous options will be? A flip of the coin, perhaps? A popular vote? So to brace you guys, like until we get, I need at least 4 people. I'm thinking 4 to 6. I'm thinking is a good number because that's all the amount of people I can keep track of. Oh my gosh, we got a new player, Sarah Raymond, player 2. Sarah Raymond for about 4 people or so, but we might cut off at 6 if it goes crazy. But like, I'm just aiming for this guy here. But to answer Benjamin's question, the way we do this game of YEH-MEH-NEH, is I'm just going to be telling a story involving you guys. I may put words in your mouths for certain cases just because with the delay of the chat, it'd be kind of ridiculous for us to like be like, and then Benjamin says, and then I'm like waiting for it to come back, and like in that time you're thinking and you're like, and then I'm like, and you're like, I'm like, and then Google's like, and then the text shows up and you're like, yes. So that would make it take like more than 2 hours. So I will mess around with you guys. And what happened last time we did this was actually quite interesting because our characters in the story, which was later dubbed the Terror of Tenure, it was a horror, thrilling adventure horror story set in a haunted house where a team of scientists, also a dolphin, were trying to keep their tenure going. And to do so, they had to find evidence of the robo-werewolf. And it was quite an exciting time. It was a ball and a half. We got Andrew Murray. Andrew Murray, have you been catching up? Because we're trying to load people up for another RPG-esque game of YEH-MEH-NEH, as break it down as yeah, meh, and neh, as in yes, sort of, and no. It sounds more interesting that way. And we're loading up players. We got Benjamin Boston saying, I accept your time-space challenge RPG game. So we got player 3. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Once again, none of this is scripted. I have no idea what's going to happen. This could be the most boring adventure ever, but you know it's up to me, your improviser, DM. I guess DM's more of a dungeon master, more like a YEH-MEH-NEH master, whatever that is. But if you're just joining us, this is the RPG type game episode where you guys will be involved, and we do have a dice. I actually got this little dice roller cup just for this. This is what I do for you guys. I go out of my way. I'm like, hey, 401 Games on Yonge Street, now located not on 401 Yonge, but a little norther. What you got for me that can make this better? And I didn't actually ask that question, but I looked and I saw this was on that shelf. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool because it's got time. It's got the time of your lives will be in here. And it's a basic 6-sided dice, so the way it's going to work is yeah, or yes, will occupy like dice sides 1 and 2. Meh, the maybe sort of answer, will occupy 3 and 4. You see where this is going. Nah, the no, the not happening side, is going to occupy 5 and 6. On this 6-sided dice. Do we have any other participants? Because right now we only have 3 players. We got Benjamin. Let me write that down. Benjamin. Also, I hope this show doesn't cut out like it normally does on a rainy, cloudy day. So, hopefully it doesn't get to a really good part, and then it's all like, and boom, it's all over. Because Katie's not on the show today, so there's no backup stream to like go to. If it cuts, it's done. It's over. So hopefully that won't happen. And if it does cut, of course, just jump back to the Shanahanigans Facebook page, and I'll post quickly, oh crap, or something like that. And then I'll tell you where to go after that if that ever happens. Hopefully it won't happen. Cool. So right now we have 3 players for this adventure. I'd like to have at least 4. So if you're able to commit to the next hour of adventure and excitement, join me on a journey of wonderment. In fact, I don't know what the journey is going to be like, because once we load up all our players, we're going to figure out what kind of adventure this is. And I have to force myself not to think beforehand, because I'm creating scenarios for different types of stories that I'm like, no, I got to improvise it, which is it's a danger. It's the most free-flowing form of creativity where anything can happen, but hopefully within a 3-act structure. Because otherwise, how would you sell it to the big pictures? We have 3 players right now. If you're just joining us, we're loading up on players. That's what it says. Are you going to play for this RPG adventure where you're going to be in the Google Plus chat? If you're watching on YouTube, there's no way that I'm going to be able to communicate with you because YouTube no longer has a chat system. It just has comments, and we don't read those until like after the show's done. Yeah. But so if you go over to Google Plus, and watch this show too, I sent the invite out to whoever follows us, or go to the Shanahanigans Facebook page, or go to my Twitter, Shaggy Shan, or my Tumblr, Shaggy Shan. The link for the Google Plus will be there. I'm trying to recruit to Sarah. Sarah's trying to find more people. Hopefully people who know what this is. Or maybe if people have no idea what it is. You're just like, hey guys, there's this bearded guy online who's looking for people to play a game. And they'll be like, I don't know how to respond to that, Sarah. And you're like, no, it's cool, trust me. He has no plan. He doesn't know how this is going to go. He doesn't even guarantee it's going to be a good time, but he's recruiting, So if Katie's watching, Katie, put the word out. Until then, we'll still be loading up on people. Andrew Murray, of course, saying, Shanahan Show! With exclamation mark. And also just to point out, if you're participating in the game, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like at the keyboard like every second, because like I'm just, I'll be throwing out options for you guys to get involved. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like, I step forward, I turn left, I throw thing. Like that's way too much. So even if the great Andrew Murray could take time off from whatever he's doing to participate in this adventure, in this journey, of which we don't know what it's called or what it's about, all doable. All possible. Live the dream and keep dreaming. That's all I gotta say. So right now we got Matthew loaded up as player 1, Sarah as player 2, Benjamin as player 3. And quick question: any of you guys, were you in the previous one, the Terror of Tenure? Get back to me, because that one was a hoot and a holler. We even got fan art from fan art from participants. Creepy Porpoise drew her porpoise that was riding a Segway. That was actually, the Segway was a big part of what saved the day. Though I was trying to set it up that the Segway was made of silver, and so that they would stab the werewolf with it, but instead they kind of just plowed it out the window with the Segway, which is just as well. Silver Segway could be dangerous, and whether it pierces your skin or not, I guess. I don't know werewolf lore. What do I know? But we did establish recently that werewolves fear t-shirt cannons. Think about it. Anyway. Let's see. I think this was already taken care of earlier. I'm going to delete that question. Hopefully it's not like it doesn't like ban you if I delete a question, but it's like we already established that. Yeah, Sarah said you're trying to recruit. Matthew's saying Andrew Murray should play. We have like 7 viewers right now, at least on the Google Plus. Until then, if you guys are curious, how was everyone's weeks? Normally I'd ask Katie, how was your week? If you're just joining us, are you going to play this RPG game? I should add that. I'm going to add details. We got Sarah also saying, I just heard about this today, actually. I think maybe, though, Adam Ward, through Adam Ward's Facebook. Oh, Adam Ward! Yeah. Adam from the Sushi Boys, I believe, and fan fiction, the show. Speaking of which, if you are in Toronto, coming up is Ninja Turtles fan fiction, the show. You're going to want to see it. We got a Rainy Push saying, I don't know how to do this, but I'm interested in joining. I got to bike home first, which will take half an hour. I might just watch. Be back in a bit. Okay. So we might have a surprise appearance from Arania Push if this show lasts more than an hour. Good to know. Good to know. Once again, I'm going to change this to, are you going to play our live, I'm just going to say D&D to keep it simple. It's not D&D. This is made in retaliation of the ways of D&D, where it's all like stats and fighting. Oh man, that doesn't work at all. Okay, let's try that again. How about you wanna play that might simplify it, a D&D game. Turn that off, turn that on. I hate this. You wanna play, let's give it a live and say D&D game. You wanna play D&D? Let's see if I can fit a question mark. Nope. Reset that. Damn it! Technology has never been my friend unless it's a video game. Going back to the Q&A. We got Andrew Murray saying, I just came to watch the show. I'm sadly working. Sad face. Oh my god, Andrew. Okay, how about this, Andrew? How much, if you were able to write the thing you just wrote, could we not theorize that if in the next 10 minutes I was just like, Andrew, do you want to use the key? And you could just like be like, click, and say like yes or no. Could that not be possible? But until then, until we stack up on full cast of characters. Once again, I have no idea how this is going to work, if it's going to work. I make no promises. because that means promises have to be kept, or else feelings are in jeopardy. Oh, we got people following me now on Twitter. Interesting how that worked out. But before that, oh, we got Alicia Domingue saying, I'll play, but I'm drawing at the same time, so I don't know how fast I'll be. You know what? Good enough for me. Alicia Donegan. I'll just make a note. Drawing. All right, Andrew, you're off the hook. So now you're busy. Alicia, she's a participant. She's a contender. All right. So let's say, let's try 4. Last time we had like 6 people, and it was crazy pants. It was kind of neat though because we were able to split the team up, which actually with the lag actually allowed me to like time things out to have other stuff happen. Okay. We got 4 players. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're doing the second time, an RPG adventure type thing, a tabletop, a D&D journey over the web. Imagine this. You don't even have to leave your house anymore to play like a table game. You can just sit at your house and be involved. And our participants would seem to be player 1, we got Matthew. Player 2, we got Sarah. Player 3, we got Benjamin. Player 4, we got Alicia, right? What's Benjamin saying? I missed out on Terror of Terrier. That would have worked. Actually, there was a terrier, wasn't there? I don't know. There was some dog. It was Terror of Tenure, as in what the what all professors at universities strive to have, so they don't have to work as hard. As far as I understand it. Okay, so let's say for now we got you 4 players, and I'm just gonna put under the Deus Ex Machina section, Andrew Murray. In case whatever happens in the story, we need something to like save everyone. It's like, and then crashing through the windows came Andrew Murray. It'd be like a Pokemon maybe. It's like, would you like to use your Andrew Murray level 7 against whatever it is? Okay, so we got a cast. Hopefully you're all still here. I'll be checking in on you guys every now and then. And for you, those of you at home, this is the point where over here in this corner, there was, until now, a box saying you can skip all this setup and get right into the meat of it. And now the box will be gone in 3, 2, 1. No more box of teleportation. Welcome, one and all. Oh, you know what? To do this properly, we need the Hat of Snorlax, so you know it's time for stories. I don't actually need these headphones, but they're kind of cozy. Let me put them on top of this guy. Good. Why not? The Hat of Snorlax. It is time for another round, another rousing tale, interactive gaming of YEH-MEH-NEH, the game where there's only 3 results that the dice will give you, and the story will take you the rest of the way. Participating, we got Matthew, we got Sarah, we got Benjamin, we got Alicia. Now, we must decide, get to your keyboards, what kind of genre? Now, we already did horror and terror, so let's try something a little different. I could say some. Oh, actually, we got last minute participant jumping in at player 5. We got a ringer. We got Lillian. I don't know how this works, but I want to play. I'm always happy to add people. But I do have to make the cutoff at like 6, because if I have like, this isn't MMO, I'm not going to be keeping track of like 20 people. Liliana. Okay, get to your keyboards, viewers and players alike, and tell me what genre you want this story to be. Now, we already did a terror horror story, so let's try something different. Think about the genres you like and the things you want to participate in, the stories you like to read or want to read have never seen. Maybe it's a surgeon sky pirate story. I don't know, I'm just making that up. I was at a steampunk fest recently. I don't want to give you guys ideas, I'm just putting it out there. We got Yiba saying, oh, me too? All right, that's 6. I don't know if I could do more than this. We got Yiba. Yiba, Saya. All right, I gotta cut you off at 6. But start writing in what genre, what genre you like this to be. In the meanwhile, I'll keep updating the text at the bottom, just so people don't like to listen to me, but like to watch me move around. They can know what's happening. So, what genre? Boop, boop, boop. Doink. Doop, 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 doop. That was my waiting music from last time, if I recall. A doop, 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 doop. A doop, 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 doop. Yep, Yaba, you could join too. If Google Plus will cooperate. And you guys, I don't know what the lag or the delay is, but you guys need to cooperate too. So start writing what genre the story is to give me structure, because otherwise it's going to be a story about you guys just sitting at home in front of the computer. It's going to be too true, and that's not an adventure story. That's what I did today, doing some editing. I'm probably going to have another box also up here that says we still had more planning to do. We got, what about an adventure in a Delilah Dirk sort of timeline? Not specific enough, and we can't brand it to other people's properties, because then Tony Cliff is going to, like, come and get me. Or maybe too specific. It's got to be, like, vaguer. So you got to be, like, Western, or, like, I don't know, steampunk heist, or something like that. We got mystery. Oh, my gosh. Alicia's saying mystery, or is that too close to horror? My concern about mystery is I probably have to know what the solution is already. But we'll take a note on that. Mystery. What else we got? Oh, I like a bumbling superhero genre, like a Mystery Men. Okay, Mystery Men. That's interesting. So superhero. I'll take bumbling out for now, because maybe not everyone wants to be bumbling. Superhero. I'm kind of intrigued by that. Mainly because that's like the one genre I don't really dabble in, because I'm like, oh, that's way too mainstream, man. But now I'm just like, I'm curious about this superhero realm that everyone's been on. What could it possibly be about? And Andrew Murray saying, if I could, but I've just loaded up my board in drawing mode by the time you read this. Okay. Thanks, Andrew. I'm leaning towards superhero, but mystery, it has to be like, what kind of mystery now? Might be close to horror as well. You got superhero. So now I'm like formulating as many stories as I can in my head. I'm just like, oh gosh, what's the mystery of superhero? Okay, wait, superhero. Right. If you guys have any suggestions, keep throwing them up. I'm coming up with some beats. That being said, anything I come up with could just be ruined, and just like if you guys take it in a whole other direction, you know. I second superhero, says Sarah. That's 2 for superheroes. All right. So far, superheroes is winning. I'm going to give you guys like another minute or so to figure it out. I might just play with superheroes. You know, I'm kind of having some interesting thoughts with the superhero one. This might get needlessly complicated. I'm going to make some notes while I do that. So yeah, Sarah says she's second superhero. This is the loading song. There should be a box here if you're watching after the show that will link you to later. So you can click it and it will skip ahead. Save you time. Go eat some lunch. Matthew. Sarah. Benjamin. Alicia. What genre do you like for this RPG to be? If you're just joining us, it makes no sense, but you can add your text to the chat or visit on that side. I don't really know. Lillian. I think it was Lillian, right? Lillian. Or is it Liliana? Sorry if I messed it up. Liliana. Super Sentai Space Action. We got Benjamin Boston saying. It could lead to that. It could lead to that. I do like that. Super Sentai, so superhero. Sentai Space Action. Okay, it is actually quite different from the horror story of a couple of university professors trying to keep their tenure by finding a robo-werewolf. Does sound very different, striking from the genre. And Yaiba. Cool. Okay, you know what? I say we got Doris saying, yes, I want to be involved, and thank you for adding me back. Much appreciated. I got like 7 characters now. Let's see. Doris. Wait, adding me back. So, 7. How's that going to work? Okay, first, I need a quick check-in. Is everyone still here? Matthew, report in. Sarah, report in. Benjamin, report in. Alicia, report in. Liliana. It was Liliana, right? Report in. Yaiba, report in. Now we have Doris. Doris. That's a lot of characters. Maybe we can work with it. Oh gosh. I'm gonna fall apart. I could split them into 2, maybe. Oh, would it be interesting? Oh, that would be way too difficult. You guys are making this tricky. All right, Doris. Doris. So is everyone here? I need you all just to confirm you're in. Just write in. Once again, there's going to be a box here for you guys watching after the show to be like, oh my god, I want to skip all this stuff. We got Sarah saying, yep, so I'll check you. Sarah's in. I also want to see how quick you guys are responding. That may, like, change what, I don't know, things. It may. Holy smokes. See, all the text just showed up right now. So we got Alicia saying here. So we got Alicia, ding. We got Lillian saying fantasy adventure, but I think you guys are overwhelmed by superhero or Sentai, whichever it is. Got Matthew's in. We got Sarah. I already said Sarah. Hold on. Alicia? This is the fun of tabletop. It's all like stats and stuff all over again, even when I try to avoid it. Yaiba, beep. Matthew, beep. Lillian, beep. The only one missing is Benjamin Boston. Benjamin Boston. Benjamin Boston, are you still here? What's going on? Doris actually showed up last. I'm curious. I might play with that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. While I'm delaying you guys, start thinking, this is going to be a superhero story. That's right. I'm going to add that because we seem to have been voted. It's going to be a superhero story. Let me open that again. Bear with me. All fun requires a lot of boredom and pain beforehand to be enjoyed. Superhero! Superhero. Heroes is spelled differently, but heroes fine. RPG! Exclamation mark. Beep. Reporting for duty, sir. Benjamin. Roger. Benjamin's in. All right, that's everybody. Start thinking about your superpowers and your name. You only have one power, though. I can't have you be like, oh, I fly, and I punch really hard, and I do backflips that are spectacular, and I can speak with the fish. Like, if you have all of that, and I'm writing all that down, it's going to be chicken scratch, and I'm going to just jumble it up. So you guys get one power each. Start thinking of your ability. Start thinking of your power. Meanwhile, I will be playing the role in this story as the guy who's trying to assemble the superhero team. You know, you could think of it as a bit of like a Agent Coulson slash, what's his face? The other guy. Nick Fury. Yeah, you know what it is. I'm just going to click all these just so I can get through all these questions so we can clear the board. Start thinking of your superhero names and stuff. I'm going to like go in order too. Okay. So, we'll set the scene. I got to assemble this team quickly, so I'm going to give some of you time, but I'm going to wander around. Oh, I need a name too. I need a quick name. What do I have around here? You know, I have dice here. I'll be... Oh, I don't want to use agent, but I want to use a different name. Can we have a character that's germophobia and can read the history of an item by chewing it? If you want that to be your power, you keep that in mind, and I will write it down when I get to you, Yaiba. But that's very creative of you. I like it. We can use this. Remember that. I'm going to get to you. And very fact, since you said that, okay. I am Commander Dice. Dice, because I hold the dice of time, apparently. You all get one power, too, remember that. I'm Commander Dice. Thank you. The city's in crisis. My goodness. Explosions, invasions, bad guys, aliens, the whole kit and caboodle. And this city needs heroes. But the age of heroes, it's over, man. It's all been overrated. People tried to do superhero teams before. They tried to do it after. And it's just like, you know, it was a nice idea. But teams, these superhero teams just never work together too well anyway. But, you know, since Doris joined us last, hey Doris, do you mind if do you want to be a villain? I'm trying something different this time. Last time I controlled the villain, but this time I'm willing to, if you're game, and you want a superhero name or a supervillain name, the Forces of Doris have invaded this country, which is, I don't know, we're all from different places. Let's just call it Countryland. The Forces of Doris has invaded Countryland, and I, Commander Dice, need to formulate a team to fight back and bring justice and peace and balance. So now I gotta track you all down. I first Agent Dice, being me, I first went my way to a university where some professors and a dolphin apparently go to, but that's neither here nor there. They got their tenure, I heard. And studying germs was Professor Yiba, apparently. I'm not sure what Yiba's name would be, but I come and I'm Professor Yiba. I've heard great things about you. You're studying germs. I feel like we could use this. This could be really useful. I have a super team, and I would like you to join me. Well, I don't have a team yet. You're the first one I asked. I'm going to be honest. You're the first one in the books, alphabetically from the bottom, Yiba. I like to do things the other way around. You know, I don't like to be conventional. Like A to Z. Who does that? That's typical. That's what the enemy expects. That's what Doris expects. Doris would want us to go A to Z. Captain Alphabet. Wait. What's a good bad guy name? Doctor Alphabetical. Unless you don't want that name, Doris, you can come up with a better name. So will you join us, Yiba? Will you join the super team? Because apparently you told me you have the power to. You study germophobia, and by chewing an item. Wait, isn't that like that? That's like that comic Chew, isn't it? Chewing item, you could see history. Cool. You want to join this team, Yiba? I'm pretty sure you're in. You already said you were. And you will be. I need a name for everyone too now. Professor Germs. Because I don't know how long it's going to take for everyone to get back to me. Start thinking of your powers, guys. All right, Yiba is Professor Germs. And maybe make sure your name has something to do with your abilities. Cool. All right, Yiba. I'm glad you joined our team. You're the first one. We're going to put you on the posters. Everyone's going to want to sign up after this. It's going to be great. Now I got to go and track down some of these other guys. Opposite alphabetically, so I guess I'm going to find Sarah next. I heard she's working at the steel mill. I gotta go check out Sarah and ask her if she wants to join our team and ask her what her powers are. So, Yiba's all in. Yiba's like, yeah, that's great. So, Commander Dice of the Time Dice, he made his way over to the local steel mill, where there's lots of sparks. You know, it's really loud, and I'm talking to the foreman, and I'm like, is it Sarah here? And the foreman's like, what do you want with Sarah? And I'm like, oh, I've nothing crazy. It's just I'm trying to build this superhero team. I heard she has powers. I thought it could be useful. I don't know what her powers are yet. I just heard. I think she tweeted once. I just want to go see if she wants to join the super team. You know, it'd be awesome if she did, and if she could also tell me what her powers are within the next minute. That would be great. Because otherwise, I'm not sure what's this going to be. What's it, the Palate board? But apparently, I think Yiba actually has a different name now. Is it the Palates? Is it better than Dr. Germs? Fine, I'll cross that out. The Palate. I'm just going to write chew. Chewing. That's your power. Chewing history. The Palates. Cool. And the foreman's like, yeah, that's Sarah's here. Oh, good, she answered. Yeah, she was busy doing construction things, but then all these cats showed up. I don't know why. There's 100 cats all around this work site. I don't know. They're cute and all. I appreciate a kitty cat every now and then, but they're in the way. So if you could distract her, have her save the world with you or something, that'd be great. You know, just go there. All right, cool. So friggin' Commander Dice made his way upstairs, and he's like, "Are you Sarah?" And Sarah's pretty much like, "Meow. I mean, yes." I'm like, "I assume you control cats." As I looked up on a tweet I didn't actually read yet. You say, "I control cats, lol, for reals." And I'm like, "That's awesome. What name do you go by?" And she says, "Well, my name." And I'm like, "Please stop that. Stop talking like cat. It's awful." And she's like, "Okay, sorry. My name. My hero name is Catana." And I'm like, "Oh, like that character from Mortal Kombat with the..." And she's like, no, it's spelled with cat. I'm like, "Okay, I'll write that down. Catana." I'm like, "Awesome. I have no clue how your powers will come in use. I don't know even what we're up against. The Forces of Doris are up to something. I don't know what they're up to yet because they haven't told us what they're up to. The Forces of Doris. I actually like that. Forces of Doris. But I got this professor person, the Palate. You ever read Chew? It's that comic where the person like chews on things and they see stuff. She has something like that where like you could like chew on things and it's great. With that power and with your cat power, we're swimming. I'm thinking. So I'm glad you're in. So I'm gonna go find some other powers. I gotta get this team going, but you can meet up. We're going to a coffee shop or something. Get yourself a latte. Here's a card. You can like spend it on a latte and we're good. All right, I'll see you there. Cheers. So Sarah or Catana. I'm gonna have to like cross-check everyone's names with these superheroes' names. This is an awful idea. Catana's like, all right, I'll see you, and brought the cats. Hundreds of cats went with them to the coffee shop. So who's next? Alphabetically backwards. L M. Okay, so Lillian. So then I'm like, I gotta find this Matthew guy. I don't know what kind of powers he is, but he's probably. I hear he's. He left town after what he did. He had to hide his abilities, so now he's in the woods. And I have to track him down at his cottage. So Commander Dice made his way out to the countryside, and Matthew was there chopping logs. And then Commander Dice shows up from the bushes. No, let's say Matthew goes, I know you're there first. Now I don't know if that's part of his powers. It was just Dice was really loud walking through the woods. And Dice goes, I assumed you did. I've read your file. I haven't read it all yet, so I don't know what your powers are. But I'm wondering if you want to join our super team. World's in peril. We got, the Forces of Doris, the Doris Forces, they're planning something big. And I'm trying to build a team to fight back. Save humanity. One last hurrah. It's old-fashioned and stuff, but, superhero teams do look really cool when they're all together, and you get that nice, camera shot of them circling around. It's really awesome. Do you want to be a part of this? And by the way, I didn't read your bio yet. What's your powers, Matthew? And Matthew says, I have the power of airbender. You ever watch that show, Avatar? Oh, man. I watched it as a kid, and I was like, one day, I want to be an airbender. And my mom was like, well, you could be whatever you want when you grow up. And I'm like, awesome. So I became an airbender, and I control the air. I'm like, wow. I don't know how that happens. That's amazing. I watched Pokemon, and I couldn't become a Pokemon trainer in life. I wish I got this sweet hat. Cool. You want to? What's your name? What's your superhero name? Are you like Air Boy? Aristotle? Breezy? The Breezer? The light breeze? A fan? Fantastic? What name you go by? It's apparently it's blacked out in these documents. The government inked it out because they knew they had to keep this quiet for at least that 20-year embargo. So I can't read through it. Matthew, if you could tell me what your powers are, that'd be swimming. Oh man, so I'm just gonna delete some questions and stuff we've already gone through. I'm trying to read this document that has your superhero name. It'd be great to know what it is. Catana controls cats. Good to know. Where are you, Matthew? All right, Matthew. Well, I gotta go find someone else. So if you can call me, here's my number. Call me and tell me what your superpowers are, and then I'll add you to the team. We're gonna meet at this coffee shop down the street. It's great. I just need to know what your unless you go by Matthew. I don't know. That's cool too. Some people go by their real name. I find aliases are difficult to remember. Anyway, my name's Commander Dice. Nice to meet you. Good luck chopping the wood, and yeah, give me a call when you have a chance. Something like that. Fortunately, is it Leanna? Sorry, I just want to double check our names. We got Leanna. Fortunately, Leanna was actually just one cottage over, also chopping wood. Tunk, tunk, tunk. I know you're there, Leanna said. I'm like, damn it, am I not that subtle? You're a hard person to find, but not too hard because you live right next door to Matt. This is actually really convenient for me. I didn't have to travel too far to get you. Anyway, I don't know if you overheard us over at Matt's cottage. My name's Commander Dice. I'm building a superhero team, and I'm thinking, you got powers. they got bad guys have powers, forces, you know, opposites attract. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The point is, you want to join this team? It'd be pretty sweet. Saving the Earth is one of my hobbies. It's like I don't know. Let's see. Where's Leanna? We got some old things Leanna's saying. I heard in your bio. I was reading your bio and I thought I mistakenly picked up a cookbook, but it says you have the power to create any food. Is this true? And you know, Leanna's like, it definitely is. And I'm like, all right. You know, I've yet to meet a challenge. So far, I've just been like saying hi to people. What's your favorite kind of food? What kind of food would you like to make, Leanne? If you could quickly tell me what kind of food, because I need to be impressed. I need to see if you got the gumption to be on this team. So tell me what food you're going to try to make on this log you're currently chopping, and I want it to be so good I could eat it off this log and not mind all the grubs. You know. It's got to be the best dish, and you can make any type. I have no preference. I also have no dietary conditions. Like, I'm good with anything you want to make. Just tell me what you're thinking. Also, I'm just quickly scrolling through because you guys are saying a lot of things. Doris saying things. Aradia pushes back, apparently. All right, we're already going through a huge cast of characters, so you may have to watch this one, unless you want to be like a part of the Doris faction. We'll add you there. This could be getting too crazy though. There's too many characters, so I may forget some of you. Aradia push. And as Commander Dice waited for Leanna to tell him what food Leanna would make, and also what Leanna's powers were, and well, what Leanna's super name was. A bird flew by. Oh no, Matt yelled from his farm, or his cottage next door, "Oh, by the way, my name's Cyclone." I'm like, oh, thanks. Could have used that like 20 minutes ago. I'm in the middle of talking with food here, or I don't know what the powers are. This person has the power to make all the food, apparently. Trying to see if they want to like test themselves in front of me. I'm gonna try it. But yeah, I'll see you, Matt. Cyclone. Oh my Commander Dice is such a jerk. Okay, so Cyclone. I was like, all right, cool. And Cyclone got in his dune buggy and went off to the coffee shop where it's our home base. We're all gonna meet. Also, I do want to point out there might be a slight delay in the chat. Let's see. Can I watch? Arania's saying I can watch. That's cool. But Doris also saying, "Come on, peeps, ain't nothing wrong with being on the building side." So I'm just gonna go through some of these chats while we're still setting up the team. Yeah, but can we meet at a shawarma place instead? No, coffee place. We're not copying Marvel for everything. Jeez. Why won't this thing refresh? I need to hear what Lily. All right, Lillian. I know you have the power to make food. Get back to me. Send me in a box your food that you made, and I'll hopefully check it out. Bring it to the coffee shop, and we can test your powers. Make all food. You know what? So next alphabetically on my list, I'll see you at the coffee shop, Liliana. We got Benjamin. Let's see. Oh wait, is it here? Is it? I'm seeing the chat. Come on, reload. Why is this chat so slow? Yeah, I was saying, I wonder what would happen if I tasted her food. Yeah, I'm also saying, only if we get cool tech to study, I'm in. I think that was a part of the conversation. See, that's wrong. If you guys in the future have another chat system which is more instantaneous than the Google Chat Q&A, throw it my way, and we can all sign into that instead. It'll probably be a lot easier to function. It's like almost 9 o'clock already. We're just setting up the team. So I make my way. Let's see. Okay, so I make my way down to this toy shop because I know Benjamin works there. I'm knocking on the door and it says out of order, not open. And I'm like, not for Commander Dice. Everything's open. And just to show you guys how this game's going to work once we actually get started, I'm going to try to kick in the door to the toy shop to see if I can make it in. Now, since this game is called YEH-MEH-NEH, for a yeah, I need a 1 or 2, which means I did what I set out to do. For a meh, 3 to 4, which means it didn't exactly do what I want to do, but as a narrator, I can make other interesting stuff happen. And with a NEH, it just didn't work at all, and I gotta do something else. So let's see. I'm like, closed toy shop, more like open 6. So I kick the door, and it, not only does it not open, but I break my foot. I'm like, oh, sweet man, why didn't I just like knock? And then Benjamin Boston comes running to the door, going like, holy smokes, are you alright? Why didn't you just knock? Did you break your foot? Oh my gosh, I got like duct tape and some. Are you trying to break in, or like we just knock? Let's fix you up. I got some duct tape. See, I have no control of this story. So Benjamin helps me, and I'm like, thanks, man. I've just been building the superhero team for a while now, and I just want some action because it's been a lot of like asking questions and like writing things down, and I just want to feel excited. He's like, well, that's a lot more excitement than you'll ever need. I don't know if you'll ever be able to walk for a while. I do have this hover wheelchair like in the X-Men's 90s series that Professor Xavier used. I'm like, really? Get out. You invented that? And he's like, yeah, I totally did. I invented lots of things. In fact, I have a bunch of small killer robots that can turn into giant killer robots. I'm like, no. And Benjamin's like, yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, you gotta see this. I'm like, well, I can't walk there. You want to hook me up with that magic wheelchair of yours? Like, oh, sure, yeah. So now Commander Dice has a floating Professor Xavier wheelchair, just like in the X-Men 90s cartoons, which, by the way, is on Netflix and is one of the funniest shows you'll ever watch. I recommend checking it out. And then Benjamin's like, ta-da, after he reveals a curtain behind what seemed to be a regular toy shop. I'm like, man, that is cool. You have so many tiny killer robots that turn into big robots if needed. What do you call? What name do you go by? What do you call yourself? I think it's in these documents. I go by the name apparently Malcomfunction. I think is your name, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what your bio says. I don't think it's creepy that I have your bio either. I have everyone's bio. If you use a cell phone, I know everything about you. I know what you do. Stop it. So I write down Malcomfunction. I guess I'll call you Malcolm for now. Oh, good. And then I got a phone call. Wait, hang on a sec, Malcomfunction. Lillian called me. I think she has a superhero name she wants to tell me. Yeah. Let's see. I'm the Foodie, she said on the phone. I'm like, oh, who is this? And she's like, it's Lillian. Oh, hi, how's it going? I'm the Foodie. I could feed an army with spicy Mexican food. I'm like, well, we have an army of tiny robots. I think that could work out like almost too well. You know what I'm saying? We'll feed some robots, and she makes Mexican food, and she's yelling Mexican food because I think the girl, Mexican food. I'm like, yes, I heard you. Click that again. I said Mexican food. I'm like, all right, Lillian, I got it, Mexican food. I didn't write your name down. You're the Foodie. I do have to warn you though, like we probably shouldn't bring food into the coffee shop. Like store owners get kind of like, when you bring your own food into a food establishment. Like sometimes you get away with drinks. I've done it once, but I never felt good about it because I know they want to sell like a drink and a food, and and there might be like a health thing. And then she hangs up at this point. I'm like, this touchy. Anyway, so Malcomfunction. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I got this super team. They're all meeting at this coffee shop. I got one more person to meet up though, so I'm gonna use my new hover wheelchair you hooked me up with. I don't know you anything for this, do I? No? Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the hover wheelchair. I gotta track down this Alicia person. I don't know, I read her bio, she's a bit of a bad egg, a ruffian. She troubles her middle name, but she legally changed her name at City Hall, and so no one suspects anything, so it's gonna be kinda hard to find her. Let's check that out. Anyway, I'll see you at the coffee shop. I realize I didn't tell anyone which coffee shop it was, but I got a feeling we all know the one I'm thinking. Even though I've been taking international flights to find all you, but I'm pretty sure the odds are good. So anyway, see you, Ben. I'm sorry. See you, Malfunction. And robots, see you guys. I'm like, bye. I'm like, they're so cute. I want one later. After we fight, though. You guys may all die. But don't worry, robots don't have souls, so it's cool. And they're like, okay. And then they all go off. Oh man! All right, so let's see. Let's bring up Alicia's bio here while I'm hovering in my hover chair. It's not the fastest hover chair, but you know it's free, so I'll take it. Oh no, man. Alicia's bio here says her name is ProcrastiAnn. Procrastinating. Says she has the powers to remind people of everything they've been procrastinating to do, like call their mom or study for the math test on Friday, so they can't help but be distracted. I don't even know if I'll be able to like tell her, you know, what I need because I'm going to be distracted. So we ended up at, I don't know, this jungle gym on the rough side of town, and she's like, I see this person doing flips and all these other people around her feverishly checking their day planners and stuff, and she's laughing while she's flipping around and around. She's like, don't forget the thing you're gonna forget, boys. And they're like, checking their day planner. This is why I love doing this. I want fan art by the time we're done this. And I get there, and I'm like, hey, ProcrastiAnn, or should I say, Ali, oh God, did I get the groceries? Wait, no. Stay focused. And she's like, some call me that. Most do, in fact. And then she goes off the jungle gym bars and lands. And then she's like, get out of here, all you people who have other things to do that you should have been doing. And they're like, gotta get the laundry! And they all like run off and stuff. I'm like, I'm forming the superhero team. You're the last one on the list. Not because I saved the best for last. I'll just go in reverse alphabetical. Hopefully that's not offensive that I said that. But I just didn't want, I like being open. I also broke my foot trying to kick in a toy store, so I go lengths to find you people. I'm building a team. I don't even have a name for a team yet. I believe they're all at the coffee shop. You know the one. They're all at this coffee shop, and they're going to try to come up with a name probably, because I told them to go there like 7 hours ago. Jeez. This is a really slow magic wheelchair, but I'm appreciative of it. So you want to join this team or not? I'm going to speak for you and say you are. I see in your eyes you're saying, what's in it for me? I'm saying a clean slate. This thing burned, and I light it on fire right now. Let's see how well it burned. Did Commander Dice, did her file burn up if she joins the team? So Commander Dice pulls out a lighter. Once again, for a yeah or a yes, 1 to 2. For a meh, sort of, 3 to 4. And a nah, 5 to 6. Oh my God, 6. This is a loaded dice. So Commander Dice is like, your file burned. Gee, come on. This normally works. Okay, point being, I'll burn your file when I build a fire at a fireplace at a cottage. I don't know, but yeah, a clean slate. It's gonna be cool. You can ride on the side of my magic wheelchair. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Why is ProcrastiAnn saying someone's a villain, Alicia? Something confusing. We have a Doris. Why is Doris claiming that ProcrastiAnn is a villain? I thought ProcrastiAnn was on our team. Am I doing this right? ProcrastiAnn is Alicia, right? Right? Because Doris is the Forces of Doris, and Arania could be on that team if you're still participating. But that's up to you. Cool. All right, so on the magic wheelchair, Professor Dice rolled his way over, hovered to the coffee shop with his assembled team. And they all had lattes. And apparently, even though I said not to, someone brought tacos. And I catch Matt eating a taco at this coffee shop. And I look over at the coffee shop owner who, shakes their head at me. I'm like, I told them not to. All right, fine. I'm glad you're all here. You're probably wondering why I asked you to come to this coffee shop. Though you're also probably not, because I told you all. We're building a super team. I'm just going to delete some of these because I want to read some of these. We're building a super team. As you may know, the Forces of Doris are on their way. Doris is the forces. Let's see. According to Doris's bio, I've been reading up. Doris also had a Tumblr plotting the plans that's going to go down. And it was a very personal Tumblr because it actually said things like, I think if I come up with something evil, I guess. It'd be infinitely lamer than anything awesome you could come up with. Lol. I think that's the challenge to Commander Dice. And we don't stand for challenges here. This would be my first RPG, but I'm glad to be the villain. Lol. Taking pride in being evil. These evil things that they're doing. There's also some notes here I found. It was in response to an Ask Me Anything that the Forces of Doris leader, Doris, posted. I'm Tychal. Yes, very unimaginative, lol. So apparently Tychal is the commander of the Forces of Doris. The leader is no longer named Doris, but they like to keep the name for the team. I am Tychal. They wrote on Ask Me Anything, and I'm reading this to all you guys here in the coffee shop. And I rule the land of the dead. Pyramids at Tychal have 9 levels. Each one is a different level. Oh gosh, this is getting way too complicated. I don't care for order. I do with it as I please. Something about different levels of the underworld. So pyramids that have 9 levels each, and one is a different level of the underworld. Doesn't care about order. Spicy food can't hurt me. Mwahaha. And right then and there, wait, ProcrastiAnn reminds you of stuff. God, all these names are going to be tricky to remember. So apparently, according to this bio, Tychal can't be affected by spicy food. So Foodie, you got to work on something else. We're gonna have to find out something else to do to like get her going. Or going down. I don't know what to take down this Forces of Doris. But they're on their way. But before they arrive, we gotta make sure we're street ready. This team we have assembled here. We have Cyclone, who has the powers of characters from the show, the Avatar, The Last Airbender. You guys watch that? You guys see Korra? Season 3 starting soon, right? Right? I know. I'm excited. I don't know. Like we'll see how it goes. It's a different plot each time. It's kind of nice. But we have nonetheless, we have Cyclone with the powers of airbenders. We have Catana with the power of controlling cats. All of the cats. It's incredible. We have Malcomfunction with oh my gosh, he has all these tiny robots. It's awesome. But they can eat tacos. It's great. Meanwhile, the killer robots I'm speaking of apparently stare menacingly through the window from outside. They swarm it, looking like a wall of angry red eyes. I don't know why they're so angry. They're actually kind of friendly at the toy shop. To your left, we have ProcrastiAnn, who reminds everyone that they have things to do in their agenda, and it's quite distracting. We have Foodie, who's apparently good at making food, but apparently her food's not any power against, who's it? Doris, Tychal. And also, Doris Tychal also tweeted us just to mention that Korra is starting on Friday, apparently, so you guys may want to catch that. You especially, Cyclone, you might like it. If you like airbending, it's pretty good. And last but not least, the Palate, who chews things and finds their history. So, I hope, what is the history of this taco that you're eating? Does it taste like going against my whim, my call, because I said not to bring them? Does it taste like disorder? I'm trying to think of a better word. What is it? Usurping? I don't know. Well, yeah, we got to prove you guys are street ready. So, there's basically thugs everywhere these days, just kind of like, fighting good folk, and like scaring them in purses and stuff. They're entry level. They're actually pretty good for this. And if I hear correctly, I think there's a bunch of punks stealing the things of people right now. So I want to test you guys out. Let's not go too crazy. I know your powers are quite strong, but and these guys could be high level. There might be like this is almost like Lord of the Rings. There might be like Uruk-hai level thugs. So you gotta like watch out for them. They could have a lot of powers. So you guys are ready to go? We don't have a superhero team name, do we yet? You guys may want to like come up with one. I thought you guys were gonna come up with one while I was here. Like I think I called you guys in advance. Damn, this is a good chai latte. And then Commander Time is like, the chai lattes! Dun 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 dun! Because you didn't come up with a better name. The chai lattes. Unless someone else just actually wrote one in right now. Meanwhile, Lillian / the Foodie is doing an Ask Me Anything with the leader of the Forces of Doris. Doris, you're not allergic to peanuts or something, do you? We're also well connected these days, eh? Like bad guys are on the Twitter, on maybe even like Reddit. All right, chai lattes, assemble. We're gonna take down this gang that's being mean. We can use brute force, but let's not go Batman. I don't, the government funds me, but this is. I'm not saying this is Canada, but we also have government health care, so we don't want to be crippling people just to fix the mob, and then it's like now the government's pissed at me, so let's keep it let's keep it clean. All right, you guys good? Cool. So the team, the chai lattes, make their way out to the street, and there's this group of bad guys. Leave it at that. That's simple. Bad guys who are like, hey, look, if it isn't the chai lattes, and I'm in my hover chair, like, how the hell? We just came up with the name now, and they're like, Foodie was tweeting it. I'm like, oh, well, at least we're getting the word out. Are we trending? Jeez, cool, good start. All right. Anyway, you bad guys, stop what you're doing. I have this team here, and they aren't down with what you're up to. After we beat you up, we're going to have to stop Doris, the Forces of Doris, who I actually forget what they're doing to jeopardize the city. I think it was really bad, though. Maybe if they can tweet out to the world what their threat is, I could, pay attention, And I was checking the Twitter, just be like, let's see if Doris updated what she's doing. And she wrote back to Foodie, no, I'm not allergic to peanuts. I love food, lol. And I'm like, geez, Foodie, why did we get you on the team? Doris also likes food. Like, I like food also. But Doris Tykal, Anyway, and I go, at Doris. I'm like, Doris, what are you up to? Fighting a bad guy team. Lol. Are they yours? Anyway, chai lattes, we're not going to take this crap from this gang of bad guys. Get them! For justice! Alright, now we're in battle mode. Commander Dice made the call. There's one bad guy for each of you to fight. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, and this is where the chat's going to get really messy, because this is why having 6 players is going to be a pain. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to make the first act, and I'm going to read them out as they show up. But right now we have the Cyclone, we got Catana, we got Malcomfunction, we've got ProcrastiAnn, we have Foodie, and we have the Palate. So think of a Final Fantasy setup. And they're like, let's beat up these chai lattes. Meanwhile, Benjamin mentions Coffee Shop Crusaders, Frappuccino Fight Force. We couldn't have had a better name. And I'm floating in my chair like, no, you had your chance. You're the chai latte. I happen to like chai lattes, but I happen to not like bad guys. So go get them. Now each of you have to use your powers, and we're going to see if your powers are good enough to best the baddies who want to beat your brains. Bronza. That's like the Tetris theme. No, Dr. Mario. Apparently there's all this chat going on between Yaiba and stuff. While you guys, if you're just joining us and have no idea what's happening, we're actually telling a live RPG, tabletop, D&D adventure game, and we're in a fight right now where the team, the super team, the chai lattes, are up against a team of equally matched bad guys. 6v6, 1 for each. Because if there's more, I wouldn't be able to keep track. Also, there's a delay probably in the Google Chat, which means all your answers are going to show up at once, and I'm going to be overwhelmed. So I'm going to try to get to you guys one by one. For some reason, Doris is tweeting out, trying to shatter our resolve, saying things like, "I get the sense. I'm waiting for you guys to fight because you're all sizing each other up." In the beginning of that Final Fantasy, oh god, what's the game called? Dissidia, where it's all the bad guys and the good guys are running at each other, but it's so perfect that they're they're lined up. Sephiroth was wait, Cloud's over there. Excuse me. And you guys are just kind of organizing yourself, so it's you guys are sizing up because all these superhero teams have to fight the guy who's the similar power to them. So you guys are that person seems to also like cats. I'm gonna fight that person kind of. All right, the battle begins. Sarah claims to summon the fastest or the fattest cat in the city and hurdle it at one of the thugs. So he's like, the thug's like, "Hey, what's this, cat lady? You think you got the power?" Sorry if you don't like cracking knuckles, but you think you got the powers of the kitty cats? Man, I hate cats. I see one on the street, punt over the fence. That's how I roll. Then I tweet it, and that's why Doris hired me, because she's like, "You're a bad guy," and I'm like, "Yeah." This isn't actually my accent. I picked it up watching TV. Dun, 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 dun. So, and Sarah, Catana's like, "Your transgressions against kitty cats, the internet's natural resource, will go no longer. I summon the power of the fattest cat." And she kind of like Storm in the X-Men cartoon is always like, "Cat!" And she's summoning the power of the cat. Well, let's just say the cat shows up, because like I don't want to do a fact check on that. All right, time for YEH-MEH-NEH roll. I will now huck the fattest cat at you. Remember, 1 to 2, success. 3 to 4, not really. 5 to 6, nope. Oh my gosh, 6. This dice is loaded. So you threw the fat cat at him, and he's like, "I'm going to use the power of sidestepping." Whoop. And the cat just kind of lands beside him, crying. The ground shakes as a crater. That's what I call a close kitty call. Heh. And, friggin' Catana's like, "Ugh, I need to try another cat move." Meanwhile, let's see if anyone else had a move to go against the cat. Let me see. I was going to make a note. Catana needs more cat. Benjamin Boston. Oh gosh. I'm gonna delete. Sorry, I gotta delete some of these because they're from older. Benjamin Boston wants to summon a robot mob with saws and torches to swarm one enemy. Okay. And this guy's like, "Well, I'm gonna just give a different accent to all the bad guys, just so we can have different bad guys. Well, old chap, it looks like it's just a one-on-one, is it?" And Benjamin goes, "Ha. I'm not playing games." I work at a toy store, so that pun. Anyway, not playing games here. Boop, boop, boop. I got a bunch of robots with saws and torches to swarm you. He's like, "Well, old chap, let's see if your swarm of torch-bearing, saw-wielding robo-armies can take my fisticuffs." And then let's see if Benjamin's 5. Apparently not. So the robots swarm this well-spoken thug, and he's like, "No, bop, 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 bop. Oh, robots, what's these saws? Bop, 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 bop. Ha! Petty. Not good at all. What else you got? I didn't catch your name. Not that I need to know it. Your yesterday's news." And then he starts reading the newspaper and ignoring you. "Urgh," says Malcomfunction. So my note is, Malcomfunction needs more robots. Getting a theme here. Also, these dice are against you guys. I'm sorry. I'd like to show you what the dice actually say. I'm not making it up, but anyway. Also, if you guys want to there's going to be lots of chats and stuff popping up here. If you want to vote to the top, what's your most current thing? That will get to my attention sooner. Because right now, voted at 3. We got Alicia saying, "ProcrastiAnn stares at a thug and reminds him that he needs to return those library books that are far overdue." And he now has a large fine. So she wants to use her powers of reminding you of her procrastination. What accent can I give this guy, I think? Okay, he's an older guy. He's like, "Yeah, I got knives and stuff, and I'm going to do stabbings. I also have a lot of, I get this feeling that I have all these books I got to return too. Maybe I should be returning them, but do I have to?" Let's see if her powers are true. And ProcrastiAnn can make him want to go return all his library books. Oh my gosh, 6. Why are these? All right, these dice are cursed. You know what? For variety's sake, I need a reroll. I'm sorry. As the narrator, I can get that. I want some yes and some mez. Jeez. Do I need to get these library books? Oh, good, 2. Because ProcrastiAnn's the badass. Sorry if you guys feel it's unfair that I changed that, but I'm like, I need something to happen. As the narrator, I can make these calls. 2. I want to stab you guys so bad, but I gotta return these books. Oh, and he runs away. And ProcrastiAnn's like, looks like that book is getting returned. And we all stop and look at ProcrastiAnn, and she's like, I never said I was good at catching. Go fight your guys. Jeez. Matthew Pritchard now, who's also the Cyclone, says, I create a protective whirlwind around the team to protect them against the bad guys. Let's see if that actually happens. Using the power of the airbender. And I'm like, did you guys like the ending of season 2 or not? And he's like, shut up, I'm trying to focus. And I'm like, I was just trying to have some conversation, dude. I summon the power of making a whirlwind thing that goes around us to protect us from all these bad guys. Whoop. 3. Sort of. So the wind just protects. So you got a meh. So it does happen. Matthew summons the power of the wind, but instead of protecting the whole team, it just protects himself. And the rest of the team is like, really? Really, Matthew? He's like, no, I swear, I was trying to protect everybody. Well, at least I'm safe, because now there's this big guy who's like, why can't I punch this guy? I just keep punching, but the wind is pulling my hand away. Maybe I should try punching the rest of the team instead. And he's like, I need more wind. Cyclone needs more wind. But wait, who won so far? I think, due to my intervening as narrator, ProcrastiAnn did well. ProcrastiAnn wins. Sorry. All right, next up the list. Facing off against her bad guy, we got YEH-MEH saying, or the Palate, saying, I can use the flee command. I'm more of an academic superhero than the fighter. All right. So, seeing that Cyclone just protected himself, YEH-MEH's like, there's no way we could win this. We don't have enough robots. We don't have enough cats. This guy's protecting himself like a selfish dick. I'm going to flee. And she starts doing the run animation that goes backwards. And let's see if flee actually worked. Yes, 1 and 2. Mehs 3 and 4. Nah, 5, 6. Boop. 1. So YEH-MEH was like, later, suckers. Or the Palate. I'm out. And I'm just like up in my floating wheelchair and be like, huh. Well, okay. That sucks. What, you guys, anybody else want to try fighting? Matthew also says, sorry guys, but we can't really hear it because it's in the winds. He's like, sorry guys! Like, you sound like you're behind a fan. Jeez. Oh, we have the Foodie is taking an attempt, and the Foodie goes, you know, though one of our teammates may suck and run away, I summon Diet Coke and Mentos so I can use them as a powerful rocket. Okay, let's just say that happened. And, you know, and you got your powerful rocket and you're aiming at this other guy, and this guy's like, oh no! There's aspartame! I don't know what accent that is. There's aspartame and Diet Coke! I don't like it very much! Don't shoot me with the aspartame and the Diet Coke! And Lillian's like, I already loaded it with Mentos, so I gotta shoot it somewhere. Let's see if it works. 6. No. The stream kind of shoots, but it just cuts short of the bad guy. He's like, oh, that was a close one. Almost got aspartame all over me. Now, if it was regular Coke and a bit of rum, that would have been even better. Oh, well, one can dream. Let's go beat these guys up now. Let's see. Did you guys all try, or are we missing someone? Let's see. We had the Cyclone, made a shield. Catana missed the cat shot. The robots got beat up by the British boxer. Alicia just kicked ass. Lillian made... Oh, did Lillian? Lillian ran. No, YEH-MEH ran or Lillian ran? Who ran away? What am I doing? Did I screw up? Jeez. Someone... Okay, Doris is talking about foods. Someone ran away, right? The Palate. Yes. So has the Foodie done anything yet? All right. As Commander Dice, I'm in this floating wheelchair being like, oh my god. Foodie, do you got anything? Do you have like some super burrito that we could just like roll at them? Or wait, did you already? No, you missed. What am I talking about? Foodie missed Coke. See, this is what I'm talking about. All the names I'm mixing up. Missed Diet Coke shot. Jeez. Now this is usually when the bad guys attack and stuff, but like I'm not doing this game with stats, so let's just say they all punch you once and you all learned your lesson. So no, it's like, well, good old chap, since your robots suck, I'll give you a bop in the chin. Boosh. Friggin' Malcomfunction got bopped in the chin. Oh, who's the bad guy who was against Catana? Well, it doesn't matter. Just some bad guy who's like, now you missed your cats. Time to get scratched with this lawn rake I brought. Eesh. So basically, all of you guys took a damage, but I'm not keeping track of that crap. So, you know, I'm going to give you guys another chance to redeem yourselves. But don't worry, this fight won't go too long, because as the narrator, I like to keep it interesting, and anything can happen. Meanwhile, as the leader, Commander Dice, I'm checking the tweets, feeling like, I bet Doris is just, like, yucking it up. And Doris is like, Yibo ran. I'm like, how's Doris seeing all this? How's Doris to Cal? I'm just going to keep calling you Doris. It's easier for me to remember. How's Doris seeing all these things? And the foodie failed. I'm like, oh, gosh. And she's hashtagging it. This isn't going good for Team Chai Latte. We need a good hashtag to, like, really get our name out there. The power of the dice is in my favor, apparently. And I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. It's not like there's dice here. This is real life. For some reason, Doris thinks this is a game. Some sort of RPG or tabletop. Is craziness. I affect Foodie's meal and force them to spoil. Wait, you can't just say you do that. You're not here yet. You're like watching this from Evil Tower. I'm not giving you the power to like ruin everyone's abilities. I'm deleting that. And they're also correcting me. Once again, there is a delay, so like I usually correct myself after a while. Because yeah, also people are like saying, I'm Foodie, jeez, why do you not know your own superhero team? I'm like, well, I just met you guys, alright? Jeez. I just met this super team. That's not so super. We're fine. We need a speech. Malcolm tosses a latte. He orders, we can't do a move just yet. So everyone had a move, and I'm like, guys, look. Bad guys, hold on a second. I have something to say. Look, Chai Latte. We may be from different places and have different powers, and some of us are downright cowards or just incapable of doing anything useful. But together, we could be stronger and stuff. Who's with me? Let's see if this rousing speech by Commander Dice worked. Oh, dear God, I hope it worked. 3! It sort of worked. And they're all like, well, you don't get like everyone going like, yeah. They're like, oh my God, that was the lamest thing I've ever heard. And they're like, and friggin' Matthew Cyclone's like, man, that speech blew. And Malcomfunction is like, Robo, no good. That was that speech. The Palate was like miles away, being like, not inspiring. And the Foodie's like, I'm trying to think of puns involving stuff sucks. Man, that was like stomach fluing from bad food. And Alicia, procrastination goes, that reminds me of a lame thing. But funny enough, them all agreeing that I had a lame, rousing speech. They're like, you know what, guys? We could do this. We all agree that that speech sucked. Why not we work together and make a super move that involves cats, a cyclone, robots, burritos, friggin' agendas with calendars, and we can, I don't know, Chewy, friggin' food plate. Who choose things. You can do something you can watch from a distance. Okay, says the Palate. Let's put together a super spell and like end these guys in one move that will definitely get Doris's attention, and hopefully Doris will stop mocking us on Twitter. You know. So like, yeah, and so friggin' the music's like dun 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 dun, and Catana's like, I summon more cats. Cyclone's like, wind for the cats. Malfunction's like, robot army in the wind with the cats. Foodie's like, burritos for all. We're making this big mess of a cyclone, and Yiba's like way back there being like, you guys could do it probably. Oh God, I hope this works because I don't know what the solution is. And then this giant storm NATO of all of our favorite things. Dear God, 6. Oh my God. Why? Why does this dice hate me so much? And the whole tornado guy just collapses in on itself, and there's like shit everywhere. All over the ground. The cats are okay though, and they kind of like scurry off. And me being like, Professor Dice, or what do I call myself, Cat Commander Dice. Oh, this thing is cursed. This thing is awful. I need to think this over. Let's see. All right. Doris responded saying, "All right then. I didn't know I was in the tower watching. My bad. Still, I'll keep watching and enjoying the chaos." So I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like the rousing speech Hail Mary pass moments, and Team Chai Latte just screwed the pooch on that. Doris is probably like got one mean tweet to send out this way. Apparently someone claims Doris has the secret powers of controlling the dice. God, I hope not. See, I just want to do a quick test. Are these dice rigged? Answer me. 3, okay. Are these dice rigged? Answer me. 5. Are these dice rigged? Answer me. 6. Interesting. Okay, well, they still seem to kind of work. I hate this game. Okay, let's see if Doris has anything to say. Mwahaha. Keep losing, guys. I'm like, geez, team, this is like a bunch of street thugs. Is there like anything we got left that could like work? Like, how are we able to fight Doris? You know, the forces of Doris, and we can't take on like this. These are the guys that Spider-Man makes fun of. These are the guys that like, you know, in those video games, they're the ones in the first level, and they slowly approach you, and you just like throw something, they're done. Let's see, off topic. The fate system. Someone's pointing out that this is like the fate system. Never played it. Apparently, though, Malcolm, who is the Malcomfunction, tosses a latte he ordered at a well-spoken fisticuffs monster, frying a small mob of robots into storm, scalding hot lightning storm, espresso. Let's see if that works. At this point, I'm up for anything. And so, like, Malcomfunction's like, I don't know, I got this latte. Oh my god, 6. Alright, you know what? Reroll. This is bullshit. This is not right. 1. Good. Good. Malcomfunction throws the chai latte, and for whatever reason, it just explodes, and there's robots, and all of the bad guys are like freaked out by that. And they're like, geez, I didn't sign up for this exploding latte. That Malcomfunction just hucked and had robots and scalding and stuff like that. Let's get out of here. Woo, 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 woo. And there you go. And I'm like, team, we need to talk. Back to the coffee shop. We got to get our act together. Friggin' Doris is yucky. I've said it before. Twitter's hashtags are just like Team Chai Latte sucks with an X. Might I remind you? You know, this was our moment. Back to the coffee shop. For like, this isn't a rousing speech. This is a debriefing. Oh my gosh. So we all get to the coffee shop, and yes, Yaiba joins us. The Palate. After running away. Oh my gosh. Side note, we got Ariel saying, forgot about Shanahanigans tonight. Nice Snorlax hat. Thank you. This is what I wear when I'm trying to tell a story that's supposed to be going well, but the cursed dice of time are against us. I've had 6 more. Alright, is there like... How heavy is this? Maybe it's the cup. You know what? No more cup. This cup is evil. Alright, guys. I get the feeling that Doris, now that she knows we're small potatoes, Doris is going to be like doing what Doris does. Doris is going to be doing the big master plan. You know, I thought we had something going here. We have robots that can make big robots. We didn't even try to do that yet. We got this guy with the power of the airbender. Hasn't even gone to the spirit realm yet. What was season 2 even for? What was season 2 for? All right, not for that season 3's coming. Friday, watch it. Oh my gosh, cat person who cats don't even listen to her. We got palate person running away. We got Alicia who, because I have the power of time and I changed the outcome, was able to like get this one guy to go get his library books. How can we fight the forces of Doris now? Any minute now, Doris is gonna tweet what her big plan is, and we'll be like, oh my gosh. We got Arania push to the point. Just side note, having a lot of fun watching this, doing a quick ProcrastiAnn fan art. Oh, awesome! If your characters are that cool, you may get your own fan art. So try upping your game. I want a team shot. I want me in the floating X-Men wheelchair, yelling at the team in a coffee shop, being like, "Do better." If anyone else is watching this, send it all to, Shanahanigans. Info, I don't know. We have some way of contacting us. Go on the Shanahanigans Facebook and just post it on our wall. We'll see it. We'll love it. If you have fan art for Team Chai Latte, more like Team Get Your Shit Together. Oh, man. We got Thomas Corner saying, "This sounds interesting. Might I participate?" If you're right, your keyboard right now, then I'm like, even this shop owner, Thomas Corner, who owns this coffee shop, knows we're schmucks. Outside on that friggin' sandwich board, there's usually witty, cute little things like, "Oh, is it tea time yet? Check your steeper watch," and it's cute and it's punny. But right now it just says, "Team Chai Latte sucks," and I'm pretty sure he's talking about us. And he's pissed off that we brought burritos and tacos into his restaurant. But, maybe he has something rousing and inspiring to tell us. I don't know. I've tried. In any second now, I swear, I have the feeling that Doris of the Forces of Doris is going to say what her plans are for taking over the Earth or something like that. And there's nothing we can do about it. We're up Sucky Creek with a sucky paddle. Sorry if I'm being harsh, but I believed in us. And I'm out of ideas. Unless any of you guys have a rousing speech that might, I don't know. Raina Push is also saying, "Oh, not Facebook." What? I'll tweet it too. Yep, Twitter works too. Tumblr, all those good things. Look for Shaggy Shan. So basically, Commander Dice is at his wit's end here with this team. And he's already tried the rousing speech. We're not doing that again. Because he's Dice accursed. I'm not going to use the cup anymore. Let's see this. Oh, what number do I want? Not 6. 5. Okay, close enough. Matthew Pachart says, "I could be secretly sneaking into Doris's evil lair as food delivery people because Doris loves food." I'm like, "What was that, Airbender?" He's like, "Well, Doris is a foodie, right? And Doris has a big, super bad guy place, like right over there. It's like the tallest damn building in the city. If we pretended to be a food delivery, maybe we can get in there." Sorry, I'm drinking my throat. And blow up the place and save the world. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not, I don't even know what the League of Doris is up to, the Forces of Doris, but blowing up, the bad guy forces and just maybe there's a machine or something in there that we could just unplug. Doesn't have to be so busy because it takes a while to build a building. You kind of want it could be reused. Yeah, we can dismantle whatever bad guy thing that Doris has yet to tweet out that Doris is doing. This might just work, guys. I'm liking this Airbender's way. So, you know what, Foodie? What you got for us? What do you got for us? What can we tempt, at the door if we show up with a delivery? What do you got that we can make? Meanwhile, Benjamin Malcomfunction says, "Clearly we need more chai lattes. It's the only thing that seems to work." And I'm like, hey, oh gosh, what was the name of the person who owns the restaurant? Shoot, I should have wrote the name down. Hey, restaurant guy, can you hook us up with some chai lattes, maybe some on the house to raise our spirits? He says no. I'm like, well, what good are you? I'm not gonna use this cup anymore. Jeez. Okay, I'll pay for them. Oh my gosh. Could use a little bit. Doris says, "I don't want to give you hints on the Twitter." And I'm like, well, if you don't give us hints, then I don't know what we're fighting. Okay. Bunch of tacos. So the Foodie says, "You know what? Let's make up a bunch of tacos. And we're going to head over there and we're going to deliver to the Forces of Doris a bunch of tacos." And I'm like, it's so crazy, it just might work. We could probably even go through the front door, assuming certain things of fate go our way. So the team, the chai lattes, started dressing up, putting on taco hat, taco shirt, taco backpack, and we're all now in taco mode. It's different shots, and for intents and purposes, we'll be Team Taco just for the next few minutes. Screw it. We're Team Taco Latte. So now, Reborn, the new team, Team Taco Latte, make their way over to the building. The building where the Forces of Doris, Fortress is. And answering this like front desk, being like, yeah, and we're like, taco delivery for lots of tacos, so many, in fact, that all 7 of us have to come up there. He's like, he's thinking about it. Wait, no cup. 2. Yeah, this seems alright, I guess. It makes sense to me. Come on up with all them tacos. And we're like, awesome. So we enter the doorway, and we give that guy a free taco because it's nice enough, and he's probably going to lose his job after this because we can't let him in. So we get to the elevators. Ding, doo, 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 doo. It's like, all right, guys, we got to start fanning out. Each of you take a box of tacos to each floor and see what you discover. Because right now I have, unless Doris tweets out, what Doris is up to, I'm going to have to, make it up myself or something. Because otherwise we're running out of plot points. All right, so you, on the first floor, I want Cyclone. You know what? Should we give it teams of 2? I don't know. Let me think. You know what? Cyclone and Catana. Nothing like cats in a tornado. You're team 1. Get off on the second floor. In fact, just to make it clear, I'm going to call you team 2 because I don't get confused. ProcrastiAnn and Malcomfunction. You're team 3. You're on the 3rd floor. And YEH-MEH and interesting. Foodie and Palate are going together. That almost works. You guys could go off on the 4th floor, and I'm just gonna kind of, I'll be somewhere later on this elevator, maybe. I'm gonna Deus Ex it. I'm gonna show up at the end and like save y'all. Not spoiling nothing. So, bing, 2nd floor, Cyclone and Catana jump off with tacos. Bing, 3rd floor, Malcomfunction and ProcrastiAnn get off on the 3rd floor. Bing, team 4, Foodie and the Palate get off on the 4th floor, and now we're all panning out. See what's going on. So let me see. So on the 2nd floor, we have Cyclone and Catana. We see like a whole bunch of files and documents around, and it's all like government stuff and political stuff and things. And they're all like, man, there's is anyone here? This is kind of after hours in this building, so I guess maybe not. And they start noticing that all these things are kind of like pointing out to like campaign and this and that, and like all these documents like how to take over the government and things like that. And they start figuring out, oh my goodness, no wonder the Forces of Doris Fortress was built in this city. She's just trying to take over the government and like run it, but she can't do it just that easily. There's got to be like a method to the madness. There's got to be a way that's going on. We're going to keep looking around and see what's going on. But let's get this interesting. What appears on the floor that distracts them from their searching? So wait, let's see. Mini outfits for the cats. Wait, what's going on here? Sorry, you guys are saying some things. Robo tacos. Many outfits for the cats. There's lots of things happening. I don't want to give you hints. It's for debriefing. We can shoot items. Blah 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 blah. Try to see what's happening. Many outfits for the cats. Many outfits for the cats. What's the context? Why? I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Sarah has a cat with her. Cyclone is there, Airbender, and big, I don't know, one of those like monster dude guys who are like all like juiced up show up, being like, and he's like, oh gosh, he's the campaigner, and he's like, hey, you guys aren't supposed to be. I'm also British for some reason. You're not supposed to be here. And they're like, who are you? And why is all this stuff political campaigns and things like that? And it's like, oh, I'm not telling you nothing. All I'm going to tell you is I'm the campaigner. And I'm gonna bring you campaign. Ha, ha, ha. And they're like, geez, well, I hope you're ready to be brought cats and tornadoes. All right, guys, let's see how this fight goes. And if I need to jump to the next floor, we can figure out what's the next step of the plans. Because each floor, for some reason, has all the plans like laid out. We'll get to that. All right, Cyclone, Catana, what do you guys plan to do against the campaigner? Meanwhile, I'm just going to quickly look through what other people are saying. Doris saying, I don't give hints. We have people talking about robo tacos. Gosh, this is getting crazy. Mini cat outfits. If you're just joining us, we've been doing this live RPG thing that fell on its face at the street level when we were trying to beat up like the cheap and easy thugs. Chancing on the dice, just clearing the Q&A section so that I can get space for new things going on. Enjoying the chaos. We got Doris saying, "My plan to control the government of the world is working out fabulously." All right, so now she's like revealing stuff now that I've discovered it and my team has. So like wherever, I'm not telling you where Professor Dice or Commander Dice is, but he's checking the Twitter, and Doris Tycal from the Forces of Doris writes, "I'm planning to control my plans to control the government of the world is working out fabulously." I'm like, yeesh. Hashtag lol. Hashtag control. Sarah says, "I hold the tiniest kitty in the tiniest delivery box outfit to the campaigner. It's too cute. Hopefully he can't resist the cutes." And he's like, "I'm gonna bring the campaign." Where did I put the dice? And so Catana's like, "Cyclone, we may want to avoid conflict. I've got the cutest, tiniest kitty and the cutest, tiniest delivery boy outfit, and it's so ridiculous I can't even show you. Look away, Cyclone! I'm going to show him the kitty." And so she brings up this tiny kitty. Ugh, 5. Ugh, that's a nah. And yeah. She brings out the kitty. Oh man, I really kind of wish it was a meh, because that would have been fun. And he goes, "You think cuteness can stop me? I'm the campaigner. I promise things that I never live up to, and I promise you that I'm not going to fight you now. Ha! I lied. That's what a campaigner does. And now he charges at you. And he sends, well, the kitty's alright, because he's like, yeah, walked away. He sends Catana against some of the lockers. So what will the Cyclone do? Because right now we're in a bit of a situation where the campaigner has Catana like, brr. So Cyclone goes, "I summon a giant wind to blow him out the other side of the world." Okay, so right now Catana's up against the, pinned up against the things, and let's see if Cyclone can summon a wind. 1! Oh my gosh! This worked out really well. I'm not lying. It's actually right here. 1. So Cyclone goes, "Time to get blown away across the world." He does like an airbender dance, just like in the show. And he's like, "Wait a minute, is that from The Last Airbender?" Whoa! And this wind goes and sends sends a campaigner out the window to the other side of the world, apparently. So that cleared that up. Whew! Good job, Cyclone, says Catana. You know what, Cyclone? Your strength of your wind, I think you can resist the powers of looking at a really cute kitty, so I'll let you see the kitty. And she picks up the kitty again, wearing the little taco delivery boy outfit. And Cyclone's like, "Oh my god, that is the cutest thing ever." And she's like, "I know, right? Let's take pictures." And they do a bunch of selfies. And send hashtag defeated the campaigner. Oh! And also did @Doris. Oh! Now Doris sees this on Doris's Twitter. It's like, oh! I won't speak for you. I'll let you decide how you take this data. Meanwhile, on floor 3, let's see if anything happens. Sarah says, "Thank you, Cyclone." I really want to see that kitty now. Fan art. I want to see a kitty in a little taco delivery shirt, and it could maybe there's leaf or like a taco in the pocket. I don't know. You guys could do what you want to do. That'd be really cute. Meanwhile, on the 3rd floor, we have Malcomfunction with his robots and ProcrastiAnn, and they're both kind of like badasses of their team, so they're not, they're kind of trying to not get along with each other, like, don't get in my way, and it's like, don't trip on your robots, and try not to forget what you were here for, and your robots suck. and they bump into this laboratory that has mind control contraptions. And they're like, holy jeez. And she's like, well, I'll be agenda'd. I don't know how these puns are supposed to work. They have all these mind control machines, and if this tweet that Doris said earlier about trying to take over the government with the campaigner, why would they be campaigning to take over as well as mind control? Unless perhaps Doris is trying to mind control everyone and then make it look legit when they run out of mind control devices, because, you know, there's a limited supply of these chips, so that everyone else after the fact will think that it was a legit campaign to take over the entire world. Is there a world election, really? Well, with these mind control devices, says Malfunction, there could be any kind of election. You know, it doesn't matter. Crazy. There could be election for cutest kitty. We could set that up if we wanted to, probably. That's a good idea, but maybe we should do that later, says ProcrastiAnn. And, oh gosh, who's up there? It's later is now, says this evil voice, irritating voice, from the ceiling. And there's this thing, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, it's just this thing, is just this blobby thing that's like, you've come into my mind trap, and now if you don't mind, I'm going to think about destroying you two. And then the pink blubber engulfs both of you, it comes down from the ceiling, and you're all up there, and it's kind of like you're inside some jelly stuff. What do you two do? Oh my gosh, and all, by the way, all the little robots are like, no, because, you know, they love you. You made them all. Now you're inside mind control, blubber. My name is Mind Blubber. I like that. Mind Blubber. You've caught on to the plans of, you know, Doris. You know, she doesn't actually follow me on Twitter, but I do send things her way, and, you know, I tag her a bunch. I wish she paid more attention to me, because I am quite intricate to her plans, but never mind that. I spend a lot of time here coming up with those. Anyway, I'm going to start devouring your minds. Don't even try to stop me, because I'm really good at it. Let's see what you guys do. This was from earlier, but Benjamin mentioned something about spy tacos. Search for clues leading to Doris's diabolical master plan. So let's just say that happened. He had spy tacos. Let's go back a step. If you're drawing the graphic novel for this, when they were looking around, they had spy tacos. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Vote up your things. Vote them up so like I catch them. Because sometimes they get buried. Let's see. While I'm waiting for you guys off topic, cool, I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to need to see that, and Robo Taco. If you're just joining us, we're nearing the conclusion, because we're finding out what Doris's plans are. And currently, the Cyclone and Catana found all the political campaign stuff and then blew the campaigner out the window across the world. Meanwhile, on floor 3, Mind Blubber is absorbing Malfunction and ProcrastiAnn, and they have to find a way to get out of this situation. Let's see, Malfunction suggests Robo Tacos combine into Tacotron, a giant fiesta machine ready to disassemble spicy jalapeno justice, dismiss jalapeno justice with mucho grande burrito flamethrower arm cannon and corn chip sombrero hats if we're in combat. Alright, so he presses, so inside of Mind Blubber, Malfunction pulls out his phone because he has an app that controls all his little robots, and he's like, let's put aside our differences, ProcrastiAnn. While you attempt to do something as well, which I'm curious to see what it is, I'm going to press this button that makes a giant fiesta machine ready to dispense spicy jalapeno justice and mucho grande burrito flamethrower arm cannon and corn chip sombrero hat. Beep! So that happens. They all turn into something. That thing I described. And he's like, mucho grande justice, a burrito flame, go! The little robots all aim up with their taco costumes, and they're like, yes, sir! And they're kind of like the little robots from Mega Man in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Ones that kind of like run around, really cute. And they start aiming up for the Mucho Justice Grande. 3. It's a meh, which means if fire came out, Justice Grande, and he's like, "Ma, you're loosening my mind grip on you guys." And fortunately, you know, with that aim, at the very least, ProcrastiAnn got freed and descends from the mind blubber. So you didn't save both of you guys. You didn't destroy mind blubber, but you did give yourself a better situation. So ProcrastiAnn's now free to act and do more things. So what will you do, ProcrastiAnn? Meanwhile, I think what's going on here? We got, sorry, I keep cross-checking your names. Foodie's saying, Robo Taco has the power of spicy food. It can, Robo Taco has the power of spicy food. It can destroy himself with a huge explosion of hot sauce. That's pretty convenient. It's good to know. But you're not on that floor, so you're not doing anything with this. We got to see, and hopefully, if you're here, report in, ProcrastiAnn. Stop procrastinating. We need to know if you're around. Doris, meanwhile, wherever Commander Dice is still checking the Twitter, and Doris is tweeting, "Mind blubber, don't spill the beans." He's like, "Well, if only you followed me on Twitter, I would know these things. Jeez, what's a guy to do?" Hashtag shut the hell up, man. Doris writes again on Twitter, "I don't know why you guys are broadcasting all this to everyone, but mind blubber, you're supposed to be maintaining the computers and mind control devices, not being in the front lines. You're ruining my plan." Well, sorry, jeez. Let's see. ProcrastiAnn tries to remind mind blubber that he should be on a diet, and that brains are high, and that brains are high on calories, and he shouldn't eat them. And so she's like, "Don't worry, Malfunction. I'm going to remind mind blubber that he's got to lose weight by making him think that brains, or just reminding him that brains, they give you calories, and they're way up on the carb list. Jeez." And she's like, "Woo, woo, woo, woo. I'm not sure. Is your powers done through like an agenda, like a magical agenda, like Death Note? Maybe that might make more sense. Fan art. Make sure there's a magical agenda that's like a Death Note, but it says to do." This is like writing in it. That's awesome. Anyway, 3 sort of works. Okay, this is interesting. This is a meh. On the interest of things going along, so meh, she sends the powers to mind blubber, writing in her to-do notes, Death Note type thing. And he's like, "Well, I guess I should be losing weight now, because brains give me carbs. And that. Now I'm going to go for a jog." And then mind blubber goes from the ceiling, letting go, of course, Malfunction, and then goes down to the gym where there's like jogging equipment and stuff like that. And so mind blubber's kind of like doing laps, like running around. So because it was a meh, though, ProcrastiAnn is like, "Malfunction, are you all right?" And he's like, "No, I've got to go jogging too, because I have to lose these carbs from eating all these brains." And then Malfunction runs downstairs and joins mind blubber on some lap jogging, because it's always good to jog with, like, you know, friends. You either help pace yourself, or that thing. Just camaraderie. And ProcrastiAnn's like, "Oh, if only I had grip on my power and I wasn't so willy-nilly." Let's see. Benjamin says Doris totally pulled a ProcrastiAnn. What else is Doris saying? Some of this is out of context. So 6 levels to go. What do you mean 6 levels to go? There's only 3 floors. There's 2 people per floor. There's only 3 floors here. It's not. It's the tallest building, but I didn't say like the city had tall buildings. Your buildings is like 4 floors tall. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. And this is kind of like Portland, where everything's kind of like, like 2 or 3 at most. Like, how tall is like Powell's bookstore? It's like this 5-story tower. The tower's over the city. It's the tallest high-rise in the city. That's the Fortress of Doris. It is a 5 floor high rise, but everything else is like a 2-floor. So it does tower over the city intimidatingly, in kind of like a Portland kind of way. But we're not necessarily in Portland because we do have Canadians' health plan. So it's a hybrid. This is where fantasy comes into play, right? You take everything you know, mesh it together. Anyway, saying 6 levels ago, my campaigners are not working the way I wanted them to. This is Commander Dice reading the tweet wherever he's hidden. I wanted them to. Still, I can manipulate the outcome. They fail at some points. Mind Blubber turned that against ProcrastiAnn. In any case, so that happened. I guess we can clear the board. Meanwhile, now, on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, on the 4th floor, we have Foodie and the Palate. Oh, gosh, I haven't even had time to think what should be on that floor. Thomas Corner, the guy who runs the latte shop, is yelling at us from his latte shop. Don't forget the basement, though. Everybody knows evil lairs have to have a basement. And ProcrastiAnn is like, I think that's where the jogging track is, because where else would you put it? You know. And he's like, okay, bro, don't worry about it. This is like the opposite of improv, where it's supposed to be yes and. I'm like, no. No basements. We keep going up. The basement is where the gym is, all right? That's where Mind Blubber and Malcomfunction are jogging. Sends ProcrastiAnn on her own mind. Wait, why? No, wait. What's going on here? Doris is saying Mind Blubber is doing things, but Mind Blubber sends ProcrastiAnn on her own errands, and she's forgetting to make her think that she needs to work out. But she was outside of Mind Blubber when that happened, so she wasn't inside. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is your powers are falling apart. You gotta get ready for the final battle. You can stop thinking about this guy. It's almost 10 o'clock. The final battle's coming. Kind of like in Sailor Moon, when it's like she's got the power. Okay, so let's piece together what's going on so far. On the 2nd floor, we had all this like political campaign stuff to make a cover-up, to make it look like it was a legitimate taking over of the world. On the 3rd floor, it was all mind control stuff. So that people would vote, or it would just happen, and it's all cool. Oh gosh, what could be on the next floor? Mind control. Yeah, screw it. Let's go straight for the obvious. So, so Foodie and the Palate get to the 4th floor. Let's see. I summoned a wave of burritos to throw the burritos through the ceiling. We haven't got there. All right, we haven't got there. You gotta see what's. What, you want to like get straight to there? All right. So apparently, apparently Foodie, who gets off on the 4th floor, is like, you know what? I get this feeling that Doris is ruling things from the next floor up. Let's just go straight through and let's start this battle. Let's end this. Geez, it's almost 10 o'clock here in the Eastern time zone. Let's wrap this thing up. And so the Palate's like, all right. And Foodie's like, I summon the power of a wave of burritos to throw through the ceiling. No, you're probably going to have to take the stairs. Oh, cool. 2. Not lying. I know it's like, kind of looks like cursive writing, but 2. So that's a yeah. Wave of burritos show up. Goes up, you know, it's like crazy. Goes through the ceiling. Opens a hole through the ceiling. And so Yaiba and the Foodie kind of like boost each other up. And now they're apparently in Doris's lair on the 5th floor. Completely skipping where it was on the 4th floor, which I'm fine with. It's almost 10 o'clock. It was like a 2-hour show, guys. Meanwhile, Thomas Corner, back at the latte shop, says, note to self, begin a sky basement company. Realize my potential as something more than latte maker. So yeah, they basically succeeded in climbing to the next floor, and they're like, you, Doris! And Doris is like, you guys! I've been tweeting at you all day, but you're taller in person. It's like, we're here to stop you and all this crap you're doing. You know, the team had headsets unbeknownst to them. We were listening in because we're the smart ones. And we found out the campaigning downstairs. Oh my gosh. What else? Mind control? All this crap has to end. I don't even know if those thugs, like, did you hire them or are they mind control? Because I feel kind of bad if I beat them up. Actually, I don't feel bad because we both kind of failed at beating them up. So I feel good that we failed. So in that case, we're the good guys. I'm justifying this to myself so I can sleep at night. And now we're going to end your reign of annoyances. I don't know what the palette is going to do to help that. I hope she has an idea. It would be great to hear. But I have made a hole in your ground, in your floor. So that's got to piss you off, right? Doris is madly rushing to escape and take some of my important docs with me. We're gonna have to, Doris. We're gonna have to try to stop you because this can't go on long for another hour. I gotta sleep. I gotta like send like emails out tomorrow. So Doris is rushing to make a mad escape, and I guess since the Foodie already did something, the Foodie goes, "Palate, stop Doris from escaping." Meanwhile, down in the basement, Malfunction is still remotely controlling Tacotron while jogging, right? Yeah, why not? Like you know, the powers of ProcrastiAnn are still undetermined how long they last. But like to get a good jog, you should at least. You don't want to overdo it. You want to go for maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15. Do the thing where you stop every now and then you like check your thing and check your robots, and you start jogging again. And you know, you and Mind Blubber start chatting it up, just kind of like how we got into this business. You know how it is. Ooh, we have a fan art already. Fan art break. Do do do. Do 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 do. It's time for a fan art break. Fan art break. Oh gosh, there's the team. Oh my gosh, it's the Taco Lattes or the Chai Latte. It's the Taco Lattes. That's official now. That's the new team name. I want you guys to see this, so I'm just gonna do a quick screen share here. Hopefully this doesn't kill the feed because we have to defeat this Doris, unless we have like a more modern superhero ending where the bad guy wins. Could happen. I don't know. Let's see. Screen share. Boop. You guys are seeing this. There's the Taco Lattes working together. We got there's Dice. There's Commander Dice. Though his foot isn't broken, but that's cool. He can get his wheelchair later. We have Catana. We got the Cyclone here. I'm assuming that's Foodie. We got ProcrastiAnn. We're missing someone. We're missing the Palate. I guess that makes sense though, because the Palate ran away. No, that is the Palate. Wait, so what's? Hold on. We got Malcomfunction with his little robots, which are helping out. Foodie. So wait, Sarah. I think it's all. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm 7. Who are we missing? What's going on here? I'm confused. Sorry, I'm not criticizing. I'm just trying to figure out who the. All right, we'll look at that again later. Sorry. Back to business. Back to brass taxes. I want to cancel the screen share. Beep. Okay. That's awesome though. We have fan art so soon. The show isn't even done yet, and we got fan art. So check that out from actually a participant. I don't know how she's doing it while being a foodie, but check that out. Now Doris says, "No, I've been cornered." But let's see if do we still have? Are we? Where's the Yiva? We got Yiva. The Palate saying, "See if I can find Doris's favorite eating utensils to find out what food she is allergic to." Okay, so instead of trying to stop Doris from going to the escape pod, Yiva runs off to check the utensils and starts putting them all in the Palate's mouth, being like, "One of these will tell me that she's allergic to something." Yep. 2. All right. I'm not lying. I'm not lying to like get this going. This is serious. Like this, the cup of time has fixed itself. We also have Sarah saying, "Shockingly accurate fan arts." Well, apparently I got my another fan art tweeted at me, so I'll have to check that out. If you guys have your fan art you want to make for the Taco Lattes against the Forces of Doris and the Doris Fortress, send it our way. I'd like to see a Mind Blubber jogging with Malcomfunction with his little robot watch. That'd be fun. I also do want to see the cat in the taco delivery costume. I know I'm giving you guys like a lot of assignments. I know coming up with crap is a lot easier than drawing, but still, it'd be really cute. And I could put it on the Facebook. I think I may have actually just lost the link for that too. So if you do have art and you already sent it on the chat, do send it to us again, either on the Twitter or the Facebook, and I can repost that on the thing. Okay, we're coming up to the end, guys. It's almost 10 o'clock. So we found out, finally, the Palate put the foot in the game and found out, oh my gosh, Doris is actually allergic to allergic to Oreo ice cream cake. And she hates Oreo ice cream. Did you hear that? She hates Oreo ice cream cake. Sorry, backstory. And it's like, oh my gosh, we have to quickly, team, we have headsets, team, we need Oreo ice cream cake. This taco thing, honestly, I don't even know why we brought tacos to fight this tower. But, you know, we got, you know, slowly Doris is programming the escape pod with all our documents. It's going to get out of here. We need you guys to get ice cream cake. Is everyone, how's Malfunction's jogging going? It's going pretty well, I guess. You know what? I told you guys I was going to be doing a Hail Mary pass, and I was in the elevator shaft the whole time as Commander Keys, or no, Commander Dice, and I show up with an Oreo ice cream cake, and I was like, hey guys, it's actually really convenient that that's what Doris is allergic to. I was actually hiding in the elevator shaft eating my favorite thing, which is Oreo ice cream cake. But I'm going to throw it now in my floating wheelchair just before Doris gets away. I'm going to throw this Oreo ice cream cake at Doris, and if it makes contact with Doris, then we win, and now we can all go to bed. And making their way upstairs, the Cyclone, Catana with cats, ProcrastiAnn, and they joined Foodie, Palate. Malcolm's downstairs with the radio being like, really? Good luck on that throw. I got an extra 2 more laps. And then me and Mindblub are actually going to hit the coffee place after. I think Thomas is still open. Thomas also says I could make a taco delivery cat plush. Thomas wrote I can make a taco delivery cat plushie. Good heavens. If you do, I'm like your biggest fan. That is adorable. We'll all appreciate it. And oh my gosh, I'm like I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. That's beautiful. If you do that, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm holding you to it. Okay, so we're here for the last hurrah. Doris tweets, oh no, they've discovered my weakness is Oreo ice cream cake, and Commander Dice is going to throw it at me. And if it hits me, I'm going to like break out in hives or something. I have an EpiPen though. It's not going to be too bad, but I'm going to be like, you know, out of this campaign. Okay, so guys, this is the last hurrah. This is for realsies. I'm gonna bring the camera down so you can see this for sure if this works. Apparently, Lillian summons an Oreo ice cream cake. So, Foodie, by the powers of Oreo, and I think it's the Christie company that makes it. I make Oreo ice cream cake. Oreo ice cream cake out of nowhere. Because I had an Oreo ice cream cake, I was eating that one, and we're not gonna use that one. I'm enjoying it. All right. So I'm like, thanks. Now I have 2 Oreo ice cream cakes. I'm going to save this one for later. Actually, you know what? This new one looks really good. I'm going to save your one for later. My floating Professor Xavier 90s X-Men cartoon wheelchair has a fridge, a mini fridge in it. You know, that guy, Malcomfunction, really knows how to build a wheelchair. But thanks. I'm going to use this old one now. It's getting a little melty anyway. Elevator shafts don't really have air conditioning. And I'm like, your day is done, Doris! Doris is saying, I will defeat you all. Last words. I'm like, well, you're escaping an escape pod. That doesn't count as defeating unless you count it as a loss. Then technically we lose, but we're still functioning. But yeah. So Doris is beep boop beep boop at the doors opening the hatch. For some reason, it was a really long password to like open the doors because you don't want just anyone using your escape pod. And Commander Dice, using the time cup of dice that has failed him every single time, hopes beyond hope. Eesh. Here's the camera. Dice. Oh my god. 5. That's the net. The cake kind of arcs to the left and hits the wall. And Doris is like, well, guess I'm out of here. And hits the escape pod button. Doors open. Doors close. Well, you can't say we didn't try, team. Like, you know, we beat one of the bad guys. one of the thugs. We've made amends with Mind Blubber. I would call that a win. You know, like all right. As the leader, I like to look at the bright side. You guys are like walking out at this point. I like to look at the silver lining, the bright side of things. Okay, and I would say, you know, no one got hurt, right? I don't know where, you know, the campaigner landed or who he landed on, so I can't say for certain. But you know what? You live to fight another day. I have a new Oreo cake I have to eat, okay? So you guys could be all sour-faced, but if you want a slice, I'm willing to share. And you know what they say? Oreo cake makes everything better. The end. And that was the adventures of the Taco Lattes. Featuring in the cast, we had Matthew as the Cyclone airbender type guy, Sarah as Catana, who has cat powers, Benjamin Boston as Malcomfunction, who controls tiny robots, and I want one because they're really cute, Alicia as ProcrastiAnn, who makes you remember stuff you have to do and you get too distracted and you gotta leave to go do it right away because she has like a Death Note powered kind of agenda. Lillian as the Foodie, who can make any food conjure in existence. Yaiba as the Palate, who chews things and see the history of them and can discover their pasts. And featured as the villain in the Fortress of Doris from the Forces of Doris is Doris. And Arania Push was supposed to be a minion, I think, but I didn't get around to that. Special guest starring, working at the coffee shop, was that guy. He had like a picture of a deer. Sorry, I didn't write the name down. And you've been watching YEH-MEH-NEH, the game where three things can happen: a yeah, a meh, or a nah. And these dice hate me. Oh yeah, and Shaggy Shan was playing Commander Dice in a Professor Xavier floating wheelchair because he tried to kick in a toy store door at the beginning and failed because these dice hate me. Thank you all for playing. This has been another Shanahanigans live RPG adventure type thing, and I did put it out there before if we would like to make this a regular thing on a different day as its own show. It possibly can happen. It can work in a way to strain my brain on a weekly basis, or we can keep it just as whenever Katie's not available for Shanahanigans live show. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too convoluted, and I hope you don't mind if I, you know, manipulated certain things just to get the stories and moving along, because I'd like everyone to have a good time. And I know I didn't give too much power to Doris, but I do enjoy Doris's tweets ridiculing the team, which actually set the tone quite nicely to create a lot of anger. Is there any last-minute things people said? Some things I missed. We have a tweet of a fan art. I want to check that out too. But Doris saying, yes, I've escaped. Doris will campaign for another day. Though without the campaigner, it might be a little tricky. You got to, like, reset that up. You know what I'm saying? Let me check Arania's tweet. See, is this the one? I'm going to tab and paste. And, all right, let me share this. Do a little screen share of this is ProcrastiAnn. Screen share. There you go. ProcrastiAnn reminding her bad guy that he has to do his laundry. So well done, ProcrastiAnn. Badass of the team. We have Sarah also thanking me for DMing. You're very welcome. We have Thomas Corner, utterly forgettable, exactly as planned. Little do they know I've mixed mind control chemicals into their lattes. Well, that's like the after credits thing, where it's like dun 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 dun, and then it cuts back to the cafe where we have friggin' Thomas Corner. What's going on here? Thomas Corner's back at the cafe, stirring the next set of lattes. Little do they know, I put mind control in here because during the fight I grabbed some mind blubber and put it in the blender for the rest of them to imbibe. Dun 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 latte! And that was the Taco Lattes. Maybe we'll see them again. Maybe not, though, because as a lot of you know, this show, even this regular show, is unpredictable in its time and its date. Usually Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Otherwise, it's all over the damn place. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just going to write that down. Thomas Corner. Thomas Corner as the pissed-off barista. Pissed off barista. Okay, so we have that there. I'll just post this here too if you guys see in the chat if you want to follow that link to see that. Once again, if you did make any fan art, or if you will make fan art too of this thing that you've all contributed to creating, send it over to my Twitter at ShaggyShan or Tumblr at ShaggyShan, or you can also send it to the Shanahanigans Facebook page, spelled just like it sounds right down here, SHANAHANIGANS. Attack on Latte, says Yaiba. That's true. Did you guys hear, side note, there's going to be an Attack on Titan movie, but it's actually just the whole season recut to be shorter, so it probably removes all the recap crap. So, that's happening. Any hoozle. Which means Thomas Corner is my secret ace, says Doris. Secret latte ace. Doris has hands on a lot of businesses in this weird one high-rise tower town. 5th floor. Hashtag Attack on Latte. Attack on. We should start using that. If you joined us tonight and you want to tweet how fun this was, if you link this video, be sure to hashtag Attack on Latte. The link will be the YouTube link if you followed from the Facebook or the Twitter or the Tumblr. You can use that, and that will be working after. This link for the Google Plus won't really be too useful later. I think you can still use it, though, and when you rewatch it, you can see the chat on the side. It's kind of weird. Sarah's saying, classic conclusion, ice cream cake saves the day again. Well, it would have. Like, it saves that if we enjoyed it, then it's, now I want some ice cream cake. Do I have ice cream? 7-Eleven's still open. Oh, we should go to 7-Eleven. You're still there? Okay. Doris saying, I'm keeping in mind that it's late on your end, Shakespeare, but I will survive. Where are you? Are you in, like, jolly old Vancouver, West Coast, where it's like, oh, it's just 10, 9, 8, 7 o'clock. I'm having a latte as we speak. I tweeted my fan art at you. Thank you very much, Iranian Push. We foiled her plans at least, says Yaiba. That's a plus. That's something we can all agree on. Something else about Tacotron was down here, though. Benjamin was saying Tacotron makes an explosive entrance. Jumping through the, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, all right, to go back in time, in that room when everyone was upstairs, Tacotron was there too. But, like, Tacotron was also distracted by the ice cream cake throw. This is kind of like at the end of the football movie when it's like the final thing, except in this case it's not a Disney football movie, so we failed completely. Well, this stinks. At least I get cake. At least you get cake, and at the very least we can all be happy for cake. So upcoming events. What's going on if you're in the city? If you're in Toronto, we're coming to Toronto. Let's just jump in quickly. I had a list somewhere coming up. We already did. Maybe we'll talk about it next week when Katie's back on the show. Steam on Queen just happened. It was a steampunk festival over at Queen and University-ish, and it was fun. We'll go into it more next week. Coming up on July 5th, Fanfiction the Show, Ninja Turtles. You're going to want to see this show. If you like, we do have ice cream. How much is in there? That looks really light. I'm going to 7-Eleven. Fanfiction the Show. If you like the scraping the sides of the most depraved fan fiction and it being performed live. Thank you. We have some Haagen-Dazs. 7-Eleven does Haagen-Dazs for like $10 for 2. I don't know what that's like in America. It's better in Canada, like as far as Canadian, because usually 7 for 1. If you like your fan fiction being dirty and filthy, but performed by comedians live on stage, you want to check out Fanfiction the Show. Ninja Turtles is the show coming up on the 5th of July. If you like the Science Center, which is what we have here, July 11th, Atomic Lollipop. I've never been to one, but it's like a convention that's kind of crazy and usually has like Ferris wheels and bands. It's more like a geek culture celebration than a convention. I've never really been, so I'm not terribly certain. But that's coming up on July 11th at the Ontario Science Center. On the 20th, Con Bravo is happening out between the 18th and the 20th of July, happening out in Hamilton. JonTron's going to be there. A bunch of people from the internet, gaming community is going to be there. Lots of great guests, but I keep saying JonTron because I love watching that guy's stuff. And then, of course, July 23rd to 27th, San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, my goodness. We're going to be there. We just got our flights. We're going to Disneyland, too. So if you guys are going to Disneyland the week after Comic-Con, join us. We'll ride the teacups together. We'll what's that called when you do that? Fist bump on the teacups. Guaranteed fist bumpery. Beyond that, I don't think we have any shows ourselves coming up. But you know what? that's okay, because we're going to be working on comics. We've got Silly Kingdom 2 coming out. Go to sillykingdom.com to pre-order your issue. If you haven't read Silly Kingdom 1, you can order that too. Get yourself a signed copy, a little drawing on it. You can see where my madness goes when it's more organized and put into a structured book versus me yelling at a lot of people across the internet. We have Doris saying, I'm in Los Angeles, California, and it's 7 p.m. right now. Lol. You're in LA. You should go to Disneyland. It'll be great times. Everyone come to Disneyland. Shanahanigans Disneyland party. The week after Comic-Con, either like the Tuesday or the Wednesday. Everyone show up, and we'll get churros. Sure. Also, Doris is saying, JonTron is awesome. What else? That's just about everything I could think of on the top of my mind. So once again, if you have fan art for this show, and also if you want to see how the other show went, go to the Shanahanigans archives on the YouTube, or look up Terror of Tenure, however that is spelt. I'm not sure which episode it was, but just look for one of me wearing this hat. This is the indicator. It may also say RPG or something like that. This has been another YEH-MEH-NEH. YEH-MEH-NEH. I'm trying to think what's the best way to say it, but YEH-MEH-NEH. It's a it's a tabletop game that was me trying to figure out what's the most story-driven way to tell a table game without having to use so many stats and so many checks. It's based on the people who are there, how it goes. Probably be a lot easier to do with a better chat system, because this one's kind of clunky. It's really slow and delayed. So also for next time, if we do it again, if you guys can think of a better chat service that people can easily sign into, maybe without having to create a whole new account or something like that, keep me posted if it's some sort of message board or something, because I don't know my technology. This has been Shanahanigans Live, usually Tuesdays at 8 p.m. If not, we will tell you. Keep track of us on Twitters and the Tumblrs. Shaggy Shan on Twitter and Tumblr. Katie Shy on the Twitter and Tumblr. And Shanahanigans on the Facebook. That's where you want to go, because that's where all of our common updates. There's also Shanahanigans.com, but we mostly post comic stuff there. Less up-to-the-minute updates. We have Doris saying, can you send me the links so I can share them as well? I don't have Twitter, so I don't know. I can't write anything. It won't let me write. Basically, look at this. See this? Look for Shanahanigans, or unless you're talking about fan fiction, the show. I don't know. There's a delay. So look up Shanahanigans, SHAN-AHAN-IGANS, and that will take you to everything you need. Thank you for watching the show. Next week should probably be a normal episode again with Katie. We'll talk art, animation. Thanks for hanging out. Get yourself some ice cream cake, and we'll see you next time on Shanahanigans Live. Bam.